Okay, so this foot practice is going to be without the balls, okay? So what we'll do is come into a comfortable seated position, and you can do this on a chair if that's more comfortable for you as well. And what we'll do is we'll bring that right foot over the left thigh, okay? And what I'm going to ask you to do is to take your fingers and wiggle your fingers between your toes here. Now, some of us, this is going to be quite a stretch. So maybe it's just your fingertips in between your toes. Maybe you can get the whole finger in between there, okay? And then what I'm going to ask you to do is just to hold on to the ball of your foot and just take a moment to start to welcome a rotation into your ankle here. Taking your time with it, exploring this range of motion that you've got. And then let's switch directions, whichever way it was that you were going, switching that direction. And then coming back to center, maybe there's the space for you to wiggle your fingers down a little bit further, maybe not. I'm going to ask you to take the ball of your foot and start to turn the ball of your foot up towards the ceiling. Now, we have a lot of joints that run through the arch of your foot here. So just welcoming that movement. Our foot is supposed to be able to move in this direction. So just taking your time with it, making sure that you don't have any pain as you do so. And then let's turn the ball of the foot down towards the earth, okay? So finding that inversion and eversion, perhaps. Coming back to center, let's do it one more time in each direction. And then coming back to center. This time I'm going to ask you to take hold of the ball of your foot, and we're going to squeeze it with the hand, okay? So squeezing the ball of your foot there. And then let's release that. Now, can you, instead of wiggling your fingers out of your toes, can you wiggle your toes from your fingers? And then just take a moment, notice the difference between the two sides, doing that little check-in again. And now we're going to do one more thing. So I'm going to ask you to bring your fingers down towards your big toes. Now, the easiest way to do this is to have your weight into your heels and the balls of your feet lifted a little bit here. So I'm going to ask you to take either your pointer finger or your thumb to the inner edge, the medial edge of your large toe, okay? And what we're going to do is the toes are going to try to push towards one another, okay? So they're pushing in towards one another, and either your fingers or your thumbs are going to create some resistance there. So they're going to push outwards. Okay, so there's going to be this countering of pressure, okay, and engagement. So pushing the thumbs and the finger. And you can do one foot at a time if you'd like to focus it that way. And then releasing that. Wiggle it out a little bit. And then take your thumbs or your fingers onto the other side of your big toe. So between the big toe and your second toe, you're going to take them there. And this time your toes are going to be pushing out towards the pinky toe, and your fingers or your thumbs are going to be pushing back towards one another, okay? So we've changed the engagement this time. Now take your time here finding that engagement. For a lot of us, this one can be really difficult. Take a full inhale. And then exhale, release that. All right. How does your foot feel? Maybe a little bit more alive? Let's hope.